next like 5-10 minutes.
我们再花5到10分钟来很快的看一下，
Is the overall map of manhood.
这个男人的这个生活，他的整个的层面。
We have our definition of what a godly man is.
我们已经有了一个敬虔的男人的定义，
We've seen the 4 different roles or faces that he occupies.
也看到男人呢，他所占据的4种不同的角色。
But I want us to now look at the map of his life.
但是我们现在要看他的整个人生的一个地图，
This is called the seasons of manhood.
那就是男人的季节。
There are 4 distinct phases or seasons that a man will go through. A male will go through from birth to death.
这个男人所经历的有4个季节，从他出生到他死，要经历4种不同的不一样的季节。
And because the Bible uses the concept of seasons to tie the cycle of life, we're using that to illustrate the cycle of manhood.
所以，因为圣经呢是用季节来描述人的一生，那所以我们就用季节，也用季节来描述男人的一生。
So there is a period of spring,
还有一个春节、春期，
a period of summer,
有一个夏天、夏季，
a period of fall or autumn,
有秋季，
and a period of winter.
有冬季。
Follows the same pattern that God has placed within seasons.
我们就是按照这个上帝所设立的这个4个季节的顺序排列。
The entire economy of the Jewish calendar was based around the 4 seasons.
整个犹太人的生活呢，就是建立在这4个季节上面的。
All of the feasts, all of the festivals, all of the temple services were based around the seasons.
所有的那个节日、节期，还有圣殿的服务等等，都是建立在4个季节上。
And it's very interesting that the Bible illustrates this idea that we sow a seed in one season and we reap it in another.
圣经也有说呢，我们在一个季节撒种，另一个季节我们才收割。
And it's the same thing with the life of a man.
所以男人的生活也是一样，
In the spring,
在春季的时候，
this is where the seeds get planted in what will ultimately reveal what kind of person we are as a man.
春季就是撒种的时候，所以这一个时期呢，就是把那个种子撒下去呢，后来就会收割成为怎么样的人。
When you plant a seed in the spring, during the summer is when it's growing.
我们把种子撒在春季里面撒了，然后呢，到了夏天，种子就开始发芽成长。
And during the fall is when you harvest.
到了秋季就是收割的时候了。
And during the winter, you're living off what you harvest in the fall.
冬季呢，就是我们秋季收成之后呢，我们就享用这些我们所收成的果子。
So this concept fits like a hand in a glove with the seasons of a man.
所以这个4个季节呢，其实非常贴切的用在男人的生活一生上面。
Now, these are approximate ages of these seasons in a man's life.
所以每个季节呢都有一个大概的年龄阶段。
So the spring season is pretty much from the moment you're born to around your 20s. Approximately. It's not exact, so don't leave here going, I'm 20, so I'm exactly in one or the other. It's approximate.
这个年龄呢，只不过是一个大约的一个估计而已，并不是死板的。所以呢，0岁到20岁，差不多这个时期呢，就是春季，男人的春季。
So from your 20s through to your late 30s, beginning of your 40s, this is the period of summer. This is the period of growth of the seed that was planted in the spring.
那到了夏季呢，就是我们在春季所撒的种子呢，就发芽成长的时期了，就是差不多从20岁 到30几、40岁的时候。
And then as you move into the fall, this is kind of the 40s through to the 60s. This is this kind of period of life.
然后进入秋季呢，就是从40岁到60岁的阶段。
And then the winter is 60s and onwards.
然后60岁以上呢，就是冬季。
Now this is again approximate periods of time. It's not exact.
这也就是大约的估计他的年龄阶段，并不是准确的。
Now, as a man, it's absolutely critical that we understand how the seasons change in our lives.
所以男人必须了解呢，我们生命中的季节是如何改变的。
Remember in the first session we talked about without a clear identity of what a man is, we sort of are aimless. We just try and react to the circumstances. We don't have a definite plan.
我们在之前已经讲过，如果男人呢不懂自己的身份是什么，不清楚的话，自己的目标，我们就会漂泊不定，然后就会环境怎么样呢，我们就会反应，就不知道自己往什么方向。
But with this basic map of our lives, it gives us a clearer way of how to see how we're progressing in that life.
这个我们有了这个时间表，一个时间线，我们就会知道我们在这个时间线上呢，到底前进的怎么样。
Now, one of the biggest challenges that face us as men
男人所面对的其中一个最大的挑战是
is the transition from one season to the other.
就是转换期，从一个季节转换到另一个季节，那个转换期。
You can see I've got these transition points.
所以我们红点呢，就是代表转换期。
If we don't transition well from one season to the other, we have problems.
如果我们这个转换期呢过得不好，就会有问题出现。
For example,
举个例子
if from the spring, if we don't transition into the summer world, we become permanent boys.
就如果从春季呢，我们转换到夏季的时候没有转换得好，过程不好的话，我们就会永远停滞在这个小男孩的阶段。
If we don't transition well from summer into fall, we end up with things known as the midlife crisis.
如果从夏季转换到秋季的时候转换得不妥当，那我们也会进入所谓的中年危机。
And if we don't transition from the fall into the winter, you end up with people who go into depression and basically give up on life, and a lot of them die just from. I'll talk about that in a second, but translate that part.
OK， 然后呢，从秋季进入冬季的时候，如果转换得不好呢，就会带来很多问题，比如忧郁症啦，然后很多人就是对将来失去希望，然后就会很快就会生病、病死等等。
So what's important to understand just from this simple process
所以从这个简单的过程，我们可以看到
is that we need to be preparing for our transitions.
我们呢必须在准备为我们的转换期而准备。
Now, this is all focused on men, right?
我们现在讲只是集中在男人的身上，
Ladies have their own seasons of life as well.
女人也有她们自己的季节。
And as a man, especially as a king, you need to be aware of the ladies in your life and their transition so that you can help them transition.
那我们男人也是做王的，所以呢，我们也要了解女人她们的转换期、她们的季节，使我们能够帮助她们顺利的进入她们的转换期。
Now, I want to emphasize probably one of the greatest pieces of information or advice I can give you on this topic.
所以我要分享这个有关这个课题的一些重要的资讯。
If you want the transition to be well, and the transition is the idea that you're growing from one season into the next.
转换期就是说，我们从一个季节呢成长到另一个季节。
You need to have godly men in the next season that you're transitioning into to guide you and mentor you.
所以当我们在转换的时候，我们需要有一个敬虔的男人在 在下一个季节里面等着我们来去引导我们。
So if you're in this period of your life,
如果我们在这个春季的年龄，
you should have godly men in this period of life
那我们必须有一个比你大的男子在这个夏季的，
who you can ask for prayer, for guidance, for counsel, for wisdom.
就是让你可以跟他寻求智慧，寻求祷告啊，寻求指引等等。
And if you're in this season of life, you should have people in this season of life giving you that same guidance and counsel.
那如果你在你处在夏季，那你也必须要有秋季年龄的男人来去支持你、支援你、引导你。
How are you going to have a youth pastor lead you as a youth into the next season which he knows nothing about?
那如果你的牧师是年轻人，你是年轻人，你的牧师也是年轻人，那他怎么带领你到下一个季节？因为他自己都没有体验过。
When I'm looking for advice,
当我在
spiritual guidance,
寻找指导引导的时候，
I'm not looking for someone my age.
我不会寻找跟我同龄的朋友，
I'm looking for someone older,
我会寻找呢比我大的，
really older,
比我大很多的，
because they've been through what I'm going through.
因为他们已经经历过我现在所经历的。
Why would I want to go through and have all this extra issues and pain and problems when I can get the advice from someone who's already been through it?
我为何要需要经历这一些所有的痛苦，走这些弯路？如果我可以就是问那些已经曾经走过这条路的人，问他们的意见，让他们给我们劝勉。
So it's important that we connect with men, godly men, that are our own age for sure, but also those in the next generation above us.
所以很重要的呢，男人呢必须要除了跟自己同龄的男性朋友交往，我们还要有比我们老一辈的男性朋友来指导我们。
The last verse in the Old Testament says, before God comes back, the spirit of Elijah will turn the hearts of the children, the sons, to the fathers, and the fathers to the sons. And I believe it's part of this.
在旧约全书最后一本书最后一节了，就是提到，在这个主来临的日子之前呢，上帝的灵要使孩子的心转向父亲，父亲的心要转向孩子。我相信就是在描述这个季节的转换。
You had hand up? Yep.
Yeah, sir, what if we don't have these godly men in our church?
If we don't have them, we need to pray for them.
如果我们在教会找不到这样子的男人，我们就需要求上帝给我们。
Let me explain that. So that sounds like, oh, you just pray for it.
那所以让我来解释一下。
First of all, if there's none in our church, first let's pray that we are those people.
如果他们没有在教会，那首先我们要祷告呢，就是我们本身是这种人。
If we don't have godly men about like older than us that can give us counsel and wisdom, let's first pray. Say, God, bring us godly men into our lives. Maybe not necessarily the physical church, but bring them into our lives.
我们如果在教会里面找不到这样子年龄比较大的男人的话呢，我们可以祷告上帝说，求主带一些比较成熟的男人，带他们进来我们的人生，不一定是进入教会，就在我们的生命之中有这样的男人来带领我们。
The other aspect of this is that we do live in a very technological age.
另外一方面就是我们现在活在一个非常电脑化的年
And you
代，
may not geographically be in the same location as another godly man.
所以呢，我们虽然我们呢跟另外一个敬虔的男子没有在同一个地理位置上面，
But there are so many ways to connect with people in real time on any part of this planet, if that's what you need.
但是现在在电脑时代、网络时代呢，我们是不难找到世界另一个角落一个男人跟我们同时间可以沟通的。
Like I know, I think is it I forget which church. There's a church here in KL. David, which church do you guys go to? What's it called? Dad. You guys do your prayer meetings and things online, right?
所以有一个PJ 那边有一个教会，就是这个 Damansara 的 Hope Church， 他们呢有在线上做祷告事工。
So if you can have prayer meeting on Google Hangouts.
如果我们可以在 Google Hangout 里面的这个社交媒体里面举行祷告聚会。
If you're able to do that on Google Hangouts, you can have a man-to-man meeting on Skype, Line, WhatsApp, Google Hangouts, wherever. It's possible.
所以我们就可以在这个所谓的社交媒体呢，开祷告聚会。
What's wrong now?
Hold it like he does. You're too soft.
I'm too soft? I'm not manly?
Closer, you have to bring it closer.
I've got to eat it. Alright, so very quickly, let's look at some of the characteristics of each of these phases.
所以我们很快呢看的每一个季节的特征是什么？
In this first period, the period of spring,
在春季里面。
This is the period where the seeds are planted to establish the questions like, who am I?
那时候种子撒下呢，它就建立一个问题，就是说我是谁，我的身份是什么？
And who am I not?
而我不是什么人，我是谁，我不是谁。
So this is a period where we're growing up with our families.
这个时期呢，我们跟自己的家人一起成长。
And in the early parts of that spring period, we are our families.
早期，这春季的早期，我们就是自己的家人。
Like a 10-year-old boy is going to pretty much do and be what his father and his mother tell him to do and what to be.
所以就好像10岁的男孩，就是主要就是做他父母叫他做什么他就做。
But as you get closer to the sort of the end of that spring period, you start to see how you are different from your family, from your parents, but how you're the same. You start to get your own identity.
但是到了这个青春期，10几岁那少年期的时候呢，就会发现自己呢的不同的地方，跟家人不同的地方，有什么相同的地方，有什么不同的地方，
And
自己建立自己的身份。
it's very important during the spring, which is an identity foundational period for manhood.
所以我们的这个春季是很重要的一个时期，建立我们的男人的一个身份的基础。
It's important to understand and accept who God has made you to be.
所以很重要，就是要明白上帝呢创造我们，要我们成为怎么样的人。
So this is all the ideal characteristics.
这些都是理想的特征。
You have a godly father, a godly mother. These are the things that will naturally progress in that period of your life.
我们有敬虔的父亲、敬虔的母亲，这些事情呢都会自然顺其自然的发展。
But of course, there are challenges when you don't have that godly father figure, or even in a godly family at all. You've got challenges.
当然也有很多问题，就是有一些家庭是没有敬虔的父亲的榜样，或者有敬虔的父亲也会面对其他的问题。
But that's when you'll need the most to be looking to godly men and leaders in the next generation of season.
所以在这样的情况之下呢，你更需要呢仰望家里以外的更大的男人来指引你进入下一个季节。
Now, as you transition from this period into growth, into the summer,
当我们从春季进入夏季的时候，
this transition becomes an intense period of learning.
这个转换季节就变成一个非常剧烈的学习时期。
You start to learn what are the skills I need to do the thing that's establishing my identity.
我们开始学习一些技巧，怎么样建立自己的身份。
What courses do I need to study? What lessons do I need to learn?
我需要学习什么功课，拿什么课程？
What do I want out of life?
我要从生命中得到什么？
What skills do I need in order to accomplish what I want out of life?
我需要什么技巧才能成就我所要达到的目的？
And during this transition period is where you really become that distinct person apart from your father and from your mother.
所以就在那个第一个转换期呢，我们就成为一个独特的人，有一个独特个性的人，跟你父母不一样的。
And generally speaking, somewhere in this summer period is where we enter the workforce.
然后在这个夏季的时候，某一个阶段呢，我们就进入工作职业场所。
And the latter end of this growth period is where we really start to need to learn to prioritize.
然后到了30多岁呢，我们真的需要开始学习什么是最重要的优先顺序。
This is generally where we've got got family first.
所以那时候呢，一般我们就是以家人为先。
We've got friends, we've got work.
我们有朋友，还有工作。
And relationships begin.
还有感情也开始。
Maybe even children begin.
或许甚至结了婚生孩子了。
And you need to start to navigate how to balance that relationship of all those factors together.
所以我们就开始要探讨呢，怎么样将这些从这些各个方面呢取得一个平衡。
You need to invest in your career.
我们要投资在我们的职业上。
But you need to invest in your family.
我们也需要投资在家庭里。
You can't neglect your friends.
我们也不能疏忽朋友。
And you can't neglect God, obviously.
也明显就是不能疏忽上帝。
And so this period of growth is absolutely important that we get it right.
所以这一个成长期呢是非常重要的，我们必须要正确的成长。
If you think about when you grow crops.
你再想象一下，你种一个农作物。
This period is where you put the seed in the ground.
春季的时候，我们撒种在地上。
And you see the little sprouts coming up out of the ground.
我们就看到它发芽。
But this period here in summer.
到了夏季。
This is the hottest time of the year.
一年之中最热、最炎热的。
I know in Malaysia there's no difference, right?
在马来西亚都没有分别，因为一年到头都是热。
But this is the hot time of life.
所以这个就是生命之中最酷热的时期。
But it's also the time when there's rain in most parts of the world. When there's summer, there's rain. There's the right environment for things to grow fast.
但是世界很多地方呢，在夏季都会下雨，因为下雨呢会使到农作物更快速的成长。
In 13 weeks of summer, you can see a seed of corn this high grow to this high in 13 weeks.
在夏季13个星期里面呢，这个种子呢发芽了，从这个高度呢，突然间长到这个高度。
So much of our energy as a man is spent in this period of life.
所以男人的很多的青春精力呢，都用在这一个成长期。
But then, as we get to the latter years of this and the early years of this, where this transition takes place.
当我们到了30几，快要40岁转换期的时候
we transition from the growth spurt to the harvesting of the fruit that was growing.
我们就从那个成长期、快速成长期，转换到收割的阶段。
And in this period of life, we start to question, what have I achieved in the previous period?
在这个时期呢，我们就开始问，我们在之前这个夏季的时候呢，成就了什么？
You get to 40, 45 and you go, what have I done with my life?
你到了45岁，你就会问你，我的生命到底做了什么？
This is where you sort of start looking back at your life for the first time and go, man, I've made some big mistakes.
所以这个时候呢，可能就是第一次呢，回头看看你走过的人生，会发现可能犯了一个大错。
This is where we start to evaluate what we've done and how now we are reaping the fruit of it.
所以这时候就评估我们所做过的，然后我们就已经就是种什么就收什么，这时候就是收割。
But this period of life, these are the men that are the most influential in the world.
但是这个时期呢，40到60岁呢，就是最具有影响力的时期。
The average United States of America president is in that age bracket.
美国总统呢，就是 平均年龄来说，就是落在这一个时期。
Normally, the most influential people in the church are in this age bracket.
还有教会里面最具影响力的人，也通常就是在40到60岁。
And so what's happening now is that you've had your identity, you've had that growth period, and you've gone through this period of reaping of all that you've invested, and now you have the influence and the means to do something.
所以就是我们经过了这个众志身份建立，然后再进入到这个成长期，然后我们就到了收割的时候，我们所成就的一切我们可以收割。那时候我们就已经有了这个一定的影响力。
So if you're a man in this age bracket or this season,
如果你在40到60岁之间，
you should be looking on how you can look back and influence the men in this season and this season.
你呢就必须要回头看你怎么样能够影响呢下一代的，比如20多岁、30多到还有小孩。
Now, generally, there's a transition around 60s, around that period, like late 50s, early 60s, somewhere around there, depending which country you're in.
一般来说呢，就到了差不多50多、60岁的时候不一定，这个看你在什么国家文化，就会发生一个转换期。
And that transition normally sort of relates or coincides with retirement.
这个转换期呢，通常都是跟退休有关系。
Now, in a worldly mind, this is a depressing period of life.
从这个属世的眼光来看呢，这个退休的年龄会是一个很忧郁的。
Because you're kind of like, oh, well, I'm a has-been now, nothing more for me to do.
就是我已经曾经做过了，都过去了，所以现在我什么都不能做。
But that's not how God looks at it.
但是这不是上帝的眼光啊。
This is perhaps the greatest achievement a man can reach.
冬季呢，其实就是男人可以达到的最高的成就。
Because now you have the period of wisdom.
因为呢，这个时候呢，你已经具有智慧。
This is the most flexible time of a man's life.
这个时期呢，就是一个男人生命的最有伸缩性的年代。
He's not occupied with education, not occupied with work.
因为他不会忙着读书，不会忙着工作。
He has time to invest in others and other things.
他有的是时间来把时间投资在其他的东西。
And perhaps for the first time,
也许呢，第一次
you are no longer a competitor to other men, you are a champion to other men.
第一次呢，你不再是跟别的男人竞争的，你就是成为男人中的冠军。
You're not seen as a threat, but seen as a coach.
别的男人已经不再视你为他们的对手，而是他们的教练。
When I did my internship in ministry,
当我在传道课程结束之后做那个实习的时候，
I was about here.
实习传道就是20多岁初期。
The pastor that I was assigned to
那我的主管牧师
was here,
是60多岁的人
73.
，73岁。
When I first saw him in my immature mind,
那时候我很不成熟，我第一眼看到他的时候，
I thought, what can you teach me? You're so old.
我就在想了，你能教我什么？这么老。
God used that man at 73 to completely revolutionize the way I think.
上帝用这个73岁的男人呢，完全改变我的人生观。
My closest counselors, spiritual counselors,
我最亲密的属灵的辅导员，
they're all older than 65.
他们都是超过65岁以上的。
I have many friends in my own age group,
我同龄的朋友也很多，
and we share ideas and discuss plans and things, whether they're good or bad.
我们都分享自己的意见、计划、所有概念是好是坏，我们都分享。
But the best wisdom I get is from people and men in that age group.
但是我得到的最好的智慧呢，就是来自那个60几、70多岁那个 冬季的年龄，
And our churches want to separate them from the men down there.
而教会呢还想把这个老人家跟年轻人分开。
So I give you this very quickly just to give you a roadmap of, so you have a picture in your mind that this is where we're headed.
所以我只是给大家做一个图表，那让大家可以看到呢，我们现在前面的路是什么。
In each phase of this, we still have our 4 faces of man.
在每一个阶段呢，我们也还是照样会有男人的4个面。
But as we get further along, we become richer in our faces.
但是当我们越走越远的时候呢，我们的4个面呢将会变得更丰富。
Generally up here, you're a king over a great big extended family.
到冬季60多、70岁以上呢，我们其实已经变成一个大家族的王。
Down here, you're the king of your siblings.
在春季的时候，你还小，你就是你的兄弟姐妹的王。
Down here, you're a warrior for the needs of your family, like your mother, brother, sister, that family.
OK， 到了10多岁，差不多20岁的时候呢，我们就是战士，保护、争取我们家人、兄弟姐妹啊、父母亲的利益。
Up here, you are a warrior for, who knows, 20, 50, 100 people.
在60岁以上呢，我们已经变成多人的战士。
So the point is that we have the 4 faces in every phase, but as we go along, our depth, our influence gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
所以就说每一个阶段我们都有4个层面的，但是呢，当我们进入下一个阶段，随着年龄的成长呢，我们的影响力会变得越来越大。
Does this kind of make sense?
这个听起来有道理吗？
Does it give you a sort of a framework in your mind? You can go, so that's kind of where I am in my life, and this is what's sort of expected of me from God.
有没有给你一个框架，说你就是让你恍然大悟，说我就是停留在这一个阶段，那上帝要我做一些什么，有什么人生计划？
I want you to leave with 2 ideas from this topic.
这一课之后呢，我想大家必须要带着2个概念回家的。
The first idea is I need to associate with godly men.
第一个概念呢，就是我需要跟敬虔的男人交往。
And like the question, what if we don't have any around us?
就好像刚才问的问题，如果没有怎么办？
Or maybe all of you should start a Google Hangout Skype meeting thingy on a weekly basis and just connect with each other.
或者你们可以开始一个社交群呢，就开始一个礼拜1次也好，就交流。
But you've got to get godly men around you.
但是呢，你必须要跟敬虔的男人沟通。
Because I want you to understand the second point of manhood.
然后到了第2点是要大家明白的，
Manhood is not something we do by ourselves.
男人呢不是说我们自己就能做的。
I want you to remember, like, the Olympics have just been, right? And I hate the Olympics. But anyway, it's another story.
奥运会刚刚举办过，现在是残奥会正在举行。
In athletics, so the running aspect of Olympics,
在这个赛跑的项目，
there are 2 types of races.
有2种项目，
There's the single person's race,
2种赛跑，一种是单人赛跑，
and there's the team relay.
另外一种是接力赛。
You know that one?
4个人
They have
接
a
力
baton.
赛，他们有一个接力棒。
We all live as men in a single person race.
我们呢，大部分呢现在就是单人在赛跑。
And some of us get to the end and we go, yes, gold medal for me.
有些人赛跑走到完的时候就说耶，我胜利了，金牌。
Most of us get to the end and we're not even in the top 3.
大部分的人呢，到最后都没有拿到奖牌的。
And that's not how manhood is supposed to be run.
所以这个并不是男人所应该走的路。
It's meant to be run as a relay.
男人应该走的路呢，应该是一个接力赛。
A man has run this race,
一个人走完这个春季，
but then there's a man here who gives him the baton to start this part of the race.
然后第二个人然后他把这个棒交给第二个人，第二个人就开始走这个第二个阶段。
But there's a man in this part that gives his baton to the guy in this race.
It's reverse.
Okay, so the big picture is this. We are always receiving this idea of manhood from the generation before us.
其实就是这个接力赛其实是相反过来的，就是前面的人把接力棒呢交给我们后来的人，所以因为他们走过这条路，所以呢他交给我们，我们来取代。
But as we receive that baton, we should be ready to pass it to the generation next.
当我们接到这个棒之后呢，我们就必须准备好呢，把这个棒交给下一代。
So stop being focused on your own race and think about the team race.
所以呢，我们不要只是单单想到自己在赛跑，我们要想大局，所有的我们的队员也在赛跑。
Okay?
好不好
Yes.
The growth stage, does it also cover 31 to 39? In the summer, we stop at 30. So does it also cover 31 to 39?
31.
The summer, yeah.
Okay, so again, so do you want to say the question for everyone?
他说就是夏季是这边写着20到30岁，那30到40岁在哪里？
So the idea is generally, it's just the period between 20s to 40s or 20 to late 30s or whatever. It's not an exact range, right? It's just kind of, these dates sort of transition with the natural transition from one stage to another. And don't base it on your age, but it's generally around those sorts of ages.
所以呢，就是其实是20到40岁这个年龄来的，所以呢，就是大概的一个年龄，我们可能各有不同，但是它大概会这个年龄。
So you could probably make that 20 to 40 if you want.
所以大家可以把30改为40，
Does that make sense?
可以吗？
All right. Let's. How are we going for time? When does the session end?
About 15 minutes.
15 minutes. All right. I'm going to jump into the next session to start, so we can get a bit in front with that. So stand up for a second. Stand up. Stretch. Breathe deep. Turn to the person behind you or in front of you and say, "Howdy, brother." Yeah, what's up? And sister. All right, if you've had enough, you can sit down. Yeah.
I just have a question regarding the warrior party you said yesterday.
Yep.
Would you I was because the worldly thing of warrior I'm thinking is, the worldly part of warrior I'm thinking is, would you recommend the guys to take martial art classes or so? Because I know you have in the past done that.
That's a good question, believe it or not. So the question is, so when we're talking about warrior, should we go physically train to kill people? As in martial arts, learn how to use a gun, samurai sword?
战士，如果我们要成为战士的话呢，需不需要练功夫来保护自己？
Here's my answer. So I spent about 8 years of my life doing martial arts.
我答案就是说我8年我参加了这个功夫训练，
Kung Fu.
一种功夫啦。
I did Japanese martial arts, not Kung Fu. Anyway, doesn't matter.
它是日本的那种功，日本功啦，日本功。
So I have not practiced martial arts since becoming a Christian.
但是呢，我成为基督徒之后呢，已经不再做这些日本功。
And the reason is, there's 2 reasons why I don't practice it.
有2个原因的。
Number 1, when I practiced martial arts, I became more aggressive.
就是第一呢，当我打这个日本功的时候呢，我会变得更加有暴力倾向。
You can't train to win a fight and not become aggressive. It's not possible.
所以如果你要被训练呢去打别人的话呢，你要是不暴力都不可能。
And the second reason was the spirit behind martial arts, I can't see Christ being a part of.
第二个原因就是他的精神，这个功夫的精神呢，我是看不到有耶稣的精神在里面。
But don't come and touch me in the night.
但是你不要去来做骚扰我就好。
So I don't believe as a Christian we need to worry about learning self-defense. I don't believe that. Some people do, I don't.
但是我不相信了，作为基督徒，我们应该去练好这些功夫来保卫自己。
I do believe in thinking.
但是我相信我相信这个概念，这个思想，
And not placing yourself in situations where you're at risk.
就是说不要把自己呢放在一个危险的地方。
Like I probably wouldn't go to the main downtown KL at 1 in the morning.
我应该不会到凌晨1点钟，应该不会到市区上面马路上去走。
Don't take risks, right?
不要冒险。
But I think the nature of the question is, I believe it's absolutely imperative that as men, we are physically active.
但是呢，问题就是说我相信呢，就是男人应该是体力上有足够的体力，必须要运动自己，锻炼自己的体力。
I believe, well, I don't believe, but I am a big supporter of working out.
所以我就是很支持去 gym
Go out
健身，
as
去
in
健身，
work out in the gym,
去 gym 健身啊，
do weights,
然后举重啦，
do cardio, do all that stuff.
然后跑步机啊那些，骑单车那些。
Because the physical, the nature of man with testosterone and all these things needs to be consistently built with exercise.
因为男人是有那个男性的激素啊，就是荷尔蒙，这些荷尔蒙呢是需要被建立的，所以用这个体力锻炼来建立我们的男性荷尔蒙。
But I'm not going to the gym to look like Schwarzenegger.
但是呢，并不是想要练到像那个 Arnold Schwarzenegger 那个大力士。
You can easily turn your physical manhood into an idol.
你也可以就是很容易就把这个男人变成你的偶像。
Second thing with gyms is this.
第二点，这个关于这个健身房。
Most of the gyms I've been to now have music I don't agree with.
健身房呢，大部分都是播放一些摇滚音乐，就是我不喜欢听的音乐。
And if it's a what do they call them, like male-female gym?
也有一些好像男
Unisex
女
gym.
男女合用的健身房。
You are putting yourself in a dangerous situation for lust.
所以就变成好像有男女的话呢，男人可能会跟女人会有发生一些色情。
So if you can go to a gym where those two things aren't a problem, go for it.
但是如果这两个没有问题的话呢，为什么不能参加呢？
But what I prefer is I have my own gym in my house.
但是我自己在家里都有自己的健身房，
Took me a long time, but I bought all my weights and my press and my stuff, and I do my stuff in my house.
是吧？虽然很长时间的去预备，但是这里买，这里那里借一点，我的用工具已经齐全。
Listening to audioverse.
就一边健身一边听这个 Audioverse 网站播
I
放
can
的。
do all things.
他就是讲圣经呢，我靠着那些给我力量的，凡事都能做。
So get involved, get active, do stuff, but just always be mindful. Does it fit in with the ideas of godly manhood? Yes. Competitive sports? What do you think?
那竞争运动怎么样？比如比赛，可以参加比赛吗？
I'll ask you another question. Where in the Bible do we see God's people competing against one another?
我们有没有看到圣经里面有没有说到上帝的子民互相比赛？
Do we see it?
有没有看到？
the fact that you're struggling to answer means it's not there, right?
如果大家不能回答，应该是没有了。
I have seen churches have basketball teams that compete with other churches' basketball teams.
我看到好像一个教会它有篮球队，跟另外一个教会的篮球队比赛。
And I have seen, and I'm not even exaggerating, I have seen 2 pastors who are the captains of 2 teams.
我也有看到呢，没有夸张，就是牧师呢做他们的篮球队的队长，2个牧师2个篮球队的队长。
They both start the game by praying
一开始的比赛之前呢，他们是祷告，
that God would help their team win.
祷告呢求上帝帮助他们的队赢，两队都这样祷告。
And they were more violent in that basketball game than the worldly people are.
所以我看到呢，他们呢比外面的人更暴力，在那个篮球比赛的时候他们显出的暴力更加严重。
This is maybe an extreme example, but I saw them fist fight, like pastors punching each other.
我真的看到他们有拳头，有用拳头来打，互相打架这样子，玩到打架。
Paul said, greet each other with a brotherly kiss, not a punch.
因为保罗说呢，我们遇到彼此呢要亲嘴，而不是一拳打下
So
来。
in seriousness, I don't see how competitive sports as a Christian, as a Seventh-day Adventist, lines up. I don't see how that works.
所以我觉得呢，这些竞技比赛呢是不适合基督复联系列会信徒的。
Have I played games with other churches where there's no score kept? Sure.
当然，我们教会也是有跟别的教会有一些友谊赛，但是呢是没有比分的。
I've been on church retreats where we've played basketball, we've played tennis, whatever. There's no score, it's just people getting out exercising.
我们有举办一些球类活动啦，打篮球什么都有，但是呢我们并没有比分，只是去运动罢了。
I don't have to be a conscience for you. All you have to say is the Spirit of Christ in this?
所以我不需要做你的良心，你只要问这个问题，就是呢，在这个活动里面有没有耶稣的精神在里面？
That's all I can say about that.
我就只能说到这边。
I think we should have more outdoor activities. As said, one of the biggest problems in modern society, even our churches, men become more and more feminine.
Yes.
As you mentioned K-pop, sometimes you look at K-pop, you don't know whether the singer is the male or female.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, on that point, I think our churches need to cater for more manly activities, for sure.
当然呢，就是说在今天的社会呢，其实很多年轻人呢，年轻男子呢，其实好像男不男女不女，就变成我们呢教会是需要有一些特别给男士的活动。
So when I was in the States, our church, we started a men's group.
我们以前在我的教会那边，我们开始一个男人的小组。
And I mean, it's different to here. Every country is different. But we would go out on Sunday, the first Sunday every month, go out with boats on the lake, do skiing. We'd go camping, rock climbing.
那我们男人的活动呢，我们就每个星期1次，第一个礼拜天呢，我们就会去远足爬山或者划船之类的户外活动。
Do scuba diving.
甚至潜水。
We went biking up, like hiking up, mountain bike riding.
我们还有骑越野单车上山去。
Here's a test. Get your men's group and go climb Kota Kinabalu.
我们也可以组织一个男人的团体上爬沙巴的神山。
Or as a church, I've seen a church get an old car. I don't know if it's bigger here in Asia, but get an old car and as a group of men in the church, restore the car and go auction it and use the money for mission.
我们也可以就是找来一部老车，旧的车子坏的，那么就是一般男人呢就去修理这部车子，把它修理好之后呢，去把它卖用拍卖的方式卖掉，然后钱呢就捐给我们教会。
That was a pretty exciting project actually.
所以这个项目呢是对男人来说应该是很兴奋的。
Maybe you fix some scooters or something in Malaysia. I don't know.
或许在这里也有修理这个机车或者摩托车。
Or get a group of people from your church and say we're going to go to Sabah and build a church for someone.
也可以就是找一般人男人去到沙巴、沙拉越建立教会的。
Teach your young boys how to make concrete. Teach boys how to use hammers and saws and nails and things.
教我们的小男孩怎么样用锤子、铁钉，怎么样铺那个洋灰等等。
The reason we struggle at trying to find solutions on what to do with men is because we live in a society where all of what man did is taken away from us.
因为我们现在的社会呢，本来男人需要做的东西，现在已经没有了，已经拿走了，所以呢，变成我们不知道要教男人做些什么。
We all used to have to learn how to grow food for our family or our family starved.
因为以前呢，男人是需要自己耕种才有的吃的。
Now we go buy $2 ringgit, two ringgit. Is it dollars? It's not dollars, is it?
Ringgit.
2 ringgit groceries. There you go. And then I go sit home and watch TV because I'm not growing anything in the garden.
所以现在我们都到超级市场去买东西了，所以呢，就回到家就坐在电视机前面，因为我们不需要耕种了。
We used to have to know how to build our houses for our families. Now we just go buy some other person's house or rent someone else's house.
以前男人是盖房子的，现在呢就去买房子，别人盖的。
And now the water doesn't run, so then we have to call a plumber, pay him money to fix it when we used to have to fix that sort of problem ourselves.
以前呢，如果水喉坏了，男人自己修理。现在呢，水喉坏了就要打电话找什么技工来修理。
Run some training programs in your school, in your churches, where you're teaching men and boys, especially, how to do what men used to do.
所以我们可以在教会呢举办一些工作坊呢，就是教导我们的男人或者男孩做一些男人本来应该做的事。
When I was a kid, when I was about 6, 7 years old,
当我还小，差不多6、7岁的时候，
my dad took me to the workshop that he had, like tools and things.
我爸爸就带我到他的那个工作场，那个工作的那个叫什么这个房啊，工作房或者是车库等等的，我们好像没有。
And at 6, it was either 6 or 7, one of those. But he said, "You're going to learn how to make a toy box for your toys."
他就说，
Like a wooden one.
你要學自己做啊，你的那個玩具，
So
就是用木做。
He took time to teach me how to use a saw, how to use nails, how to use a pencil and a set square.
所以他就教我怎么样用这个锯子啊，那些画要画线啊，还有铁钉等等。
Then my dad said, I think I was again same age. He said, you need to know how to light the fire for food and camping.
那6、7岁的时候呢，我父亲也讲你必须要会点火，比如我们去野外露营的时候，你必须会起火。
Even if you don't need that skill where you live right now, teach your kids how to do it.
即便我们不需要，现在我们今天已经不需要学习起火，但是呢，我们还是可以教我们的孩子怎么样起火。
That's what Pathfinders was sort of created for.
所以我们就有前锋会的活动，就是为了这个目的。
And to be honest, I'm not ever really been involved with Pathfinders because I was not in the church when I was that age.
所以老实说呢，就是他20几岁才进教会，所以没有机会参加前锋会。
But at one of the churches I was attending, the last thing I saw was the Pathfinder boys were being taught how to do drama on stage.
在以前我最后那个教会呢，我看到就是在前锋会他们的男生呢是学怎么样演戏，舞台剧演这个舞台剧。
Instead of pretending to be something you're not, teach them how to light a fire. Teach them how to go catch a fish or something. I don't know. Just get them outside and doing manly things.
所以不是呢在台上表演扮一个你不是的人，而是教他们要出去外面做一些，比如起火、钓鱼啊，男人应该做的事。
Okay, I guess about a minute left or so. Any other questions?
还有没有什么问题的？
Comments?
感想？
Disagreements?
不同意的？
David was a warrior.
David was a warrior. Sorry?
God taught his kings how to fight.
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying we should learn martial arts? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm sure it's hard.
Yeah.
Because I think martial arts, they teach you how to, at least certain ones, teach you how to control your body. It's not more about killing somebody.
Yeah.
It's more about developing yourself.
Look, with martial arts, the thing that I did appreciate about it, I was kind of like 15 to 25, that period where I was doing it. And the thing that I did appreciate from it is it taught me discipline.
但是我之前有学过，比如那个柔道啊，空手道那些呢，其实呢是可以教我们纪律方面的。
I was like 14, 15 years old, and I would wake up in the morning and go run 5 kilometers because I wanted to be good at martial arts.
那时我才14、15岁，那我就每天早上很早起来就去跑步，因为呢我要锻炼身体呢，做好我的这个功夫。
If I wasn't doing martial arts, there's no way I'm getting out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning to go running 5 kilometers.
对，要不是我要学这个空手道的话呢，我就不会这么早起来去跑步。
Interestingly, in Australia, we have this Australian Institute of Sports where they train for the Olympics.
我们澳洲呢有一个国家运动学校，是专门训练奥林匹克运动会的代表。
And when you go and join that to prepare for Olympics, they put you on a vegan diet.
如果你参加的话，这个学校训练的话呢，你就必须吃全素。
So I wasn't even a Christian, but when I knew that and I found that out, I went vegan because I wanted to be excellent at martial arts.
我没有参加那个学校，但是当我知道这一点的时候呢，我就变成吃全素。因为呢，我要在我的空手道上面呢有好的表现，所以我也效仿他们这样吃全素。
And normally people associated with like sports like martial arts, they are more aware of their bodies and the need to keep them healthy and fit.
那些有锻炼的人呢，就会更加注重自己的身体啊，更会觉得自己的身体有什么需要，更会保健自己的身体。
So there are definitely physical benefits from it. There's mental benefits from it. There are benefits, but the experiences that I've had with it, there's also things that you can't divorce from it that aren't in harmony with the Spirit of Christ. That's my experience of it.
当然呢，就是练这些功夫呢是有它的好处，身体上也有好处，在思想上、精神上都有好处。但是另一方面，灵性上来说呢，可能就是我们必须远离的，因为它跟圣经不符合。这是我自己的意见。
But I mean, maybe you can create a new style.
但是或者你可以就是创立一些创新的方法来练这些功夫。
Instead of the roundhouse, we call it the getting rid of the devils or something. I don't know. Just call it something different and don't have fighting. I don't know. I mean, I understand that I have some close pastoral friends who are still practicing Taekwondo. And we are always having discussions back and forth about it. And then he got punched in the face and broke his nose. So he thought, maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
我也有一个做牧师的朋友，他就练跆拳道。那他很喜欢练这个跆拳道，但是呢，有一次他被人打断了牙齿啊，打肿脸，然后他就说，可能你说的对，就不应该参加这一类的。
But I still do all the exercise aspects of martial arts, like yeah, go ahead.
Recently, our church was trying to have improvised Sabbath school classes, and the young people were saying that we wanted to have the classes whereby it's in the same age, and we don't want the older folks to join in the Sabbath school class. What you taught me during this morning session, is it advisable, better to have older folks to join into the Sabbath school classes with young people than the people around 20s, so that we can impart our, like you say, our wisdom as we go through our life, teach them during our Sabbath school classes how we act, out with our guys, is it a better thing to do? Or we still can make like the young mix with the young, the older with the older?
Okay, so I think.
Let me
Okay,
translate that first. 他说问题就是有一个问题就是问呢，我们安息日学课，我们不是有分班吗？分好像少年班、青年班、大人班、成人班、老年班，所以我们是不是听了这一堂课呢？是不是觉得呢？是不是不应该这样子分年龄？就是研究学课，我们应该是混合年轻人和老人家混在一起，那就可以让老人家教导，把他们的经验传授给下一代。
Okay, so there's a couple of things we need to talk about in relation to this. The first one is your last part of the question was, what do I think? Here's my answer on that part.
刚才最后一个问题就是说你认为怎么样？所以我的回答就是。
The answer is no, it's not a good idea, my opinion.
我自己的意见就是说，不是一个很好的办法。
But
You mean
the separation, I don't think is a good idea.
我认为分开呢不是一个很好的办法。
But here's the reality what you got to deal with.
但是我们所面对的现实就是。
Probably right now, all of those younger people.
可能这个时候呢，所有那班年轻人。
And let's just focus on the boys and men, not the ladies. Okay, just focus on the boys.
我们只集中在男性了，就是男生、女生，我们另当别论。
They probably currently do not have any concept of anything we've talked about in these last 2 days.
可能他们呢，对我们这2天所讲的东西完全没有概念。
Because they haven't been taught it, they haven't seen it, it's not being modeled in the church. This is completely unknown to them.
因为他们没有听过，没有看过，在教会也没有这样子做过，所以呢，这一块呢，其实是对他们来说是全新的。
So if that's how I was, if I am like that, if I'm a young person and I have no idea what we've talked about right now.
如果我是一个年轻人，我也没有听过这一场道。
My natural unconverted heart
我自然而然的反应，心里就有这
is
样的
not
感觉。
going to want to listen, associate with anyone older than my friends.
我就不想去参那些老人家，就是大过我跟不是我同龄的人。
That's the reality.
那就是现实。
And when I wasn't a Christian, sometimes when my friends came over, I wanted my dad to go away, my mum to go away because it was embarrassing.
在我还没有做基督徒之前呢，我跟我的朋友在一起的时候呢，其实我不想我的父母亲在场，我让他们走开，因为呢会让我觉得很尴尬。
So that attitude comes into the church.
所以这样的态度呢，进到教会里面。
So if you walk in as an older person and say, "We're going to join your group,"
如果你身为老人家，你进到他们年轻人的群体，你说我要来参加你们这一班，
you will immediately have clashing, conflict,
你就马上会引起冲突，
like rebellion. I mean, I don't want to. I won't even come anymore.
他们就会反感，就说下次不来了。
So it's still a problem. You don't want to separate it.
所以我们如果分开也是一个分开其实也有它的问题。
But what I suggest we would need to do is act like Jesus.
我建议呢，我们要效学耶稣的榜样。
Where we start connecting with these younger people and seeing what their need is outside of church.
最好就是在教会以外，跟这些年轻人沟通，然后看他们有什么需要。
Organize a camping trip and bring these young people under the guidance of the older men in the church.
可以带他们去露营，然后呢，就大人或者是比较老年长的，就可以带领他们。
Have campfire at night and start sharing some of these ideas of manhood and the journey.
晚上呢可以有萤火会，然后呢就老一辈呢就可以分享这些概念。
Just be the spiritual, wiser, older man in their lives in that social setting.
就在这种社交场合呢，做他们的老一辈的比较有智慧的向导。
Then that will slowly start to transition into the church and spiritually, where you can start having them sort of join the older groups and then break the older groups up. I need to finish.
然后呢，就慢慢呢把这个概念呢，这个模式带进教会里面，让他们慢慢的参加比较年长的一班，然后慢慢我们就会分出来。
So in summary, it's not a good idea, but you need to figure out how to work around to come back to the right place. Don't just start fighting against it.
Sorry, can I just make a comment on that?
Sure.
I think in regards to Sabbath school, the problem is not whether you have age base. And I think the reason why the young people are pushing for age base is because the older generation, perhaps, or the older one above, is not teaching Sabbath school right. So the problem of Sabbath school is not should we mix the ages or not, because when you teach Sabbath school right, everybody's interested.
Absolutely.
And so you get past that, but the problem is when, at least the perceived thought of the youth sometimes is, when the older generation come in, number one, they dominate discussion. Number two, they talk about all their experiences. Number three, nobody studies the Bible.
Yeah.
So that, to me, is the bigger problem than should we mix ages or not mix ages, right? Because whoever you mix in there, the problem is they're not teaching the Bible.
It also depends on the groups, right? So like that group you're describing there is like the on-fire spiritual young people that want to study the Bible, get together. But there's also the younger groups that are totally about entertainment and stuff like that.
We found for us at that when we focus on how to study the Bible and really digging into the Word, everyone's interested, and those that aren't probably won't be interested in anything at church anyway. So they need to have their own wilderness experience or whatever it is, But that's not what we're catering Sabbath school for anyway. It's for those who want to study. But the problem is, at our churches, we're not studying the Bible. We're studying the Sabbath school lesson, but we're not studying the Bible most of the time. And we don't have time to get into that.
Yeah, that's a good opportunity for another session on something else regarding teaching Sabbath school and introducing the desire for Bible amongst young people. Because a lot of this stuff, most young people will probably go, that's all someone else's opinion. You've got to create that spiritual awakening for this to make sense. So, yeah, this is a conversation that probably transcends the context of this talk, but it's definitely worth exploring more and maybe talk to some of the other churches that are trialing different methodologies and see what they've learned and how to apply that in your own congregation. Okay, let's close with a prayer as we end the session.
我们做闭会祷告。
Father, we thank you for this map that you've given us on the seasons of manhood.
我们的父，感谢你赐给我们这个男人一生的4个季节。
We ask that as we are already on this journey, as we continue this journey, that you would give us wisdom and guidance.
求主赐给我们智慧和带领我们进入我们人生这些季节。
And we pray that you will bring into our lives these godly men with wisdom and experience that can mentor us through our phases of manhood.
也求主赐给我们一些更有智慧的、更年长的男人来带领我们进入这个下一个季节。
In Jesus' name, Amen.